Hello, everybody. Morning. Happy Friday. Hey, Mark.
Robot.
You should have
Good
came.
morning.
Always.
Good morning.
StreamYards is being slow. Give it a second to catch up, because all I see is Nunya and Marky. So if you're in here and you're saying anything, I haven't seen you. Nunya, you're in here twice. Is that
Yeah,
you again?
I'm in here.
I know, but somebody's trying to get on panel as you.
Wait a minute.
Look down at the bottom.
Hold on.
Okay. Now you're gone.
Yeah, because stupid. I hit
It's stupid.
StreamYard instead of YouTube.
I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Good morning, Remy. Good morning, 420. It's slowly
Hi,
catching up.
420. Hi, Remy.
How is everybody on this fabulous Friday?
Fabulous Friday. That's a good one.
I
Fabulous
am
Friday.
so excited this weekend. Good morning, Samara. I'm actually excited because my girls, hey, Denise, my girls are coming home Sunday for a visit.
Aww.
Yes, I'm so excited. She messaged me yesterday and was like, Mom, I'm free this weekend. Are you busy? And I was like, no. She's like, can I'm going to come over on Sunday, me and the baby, and visit. And I'm so excited because I haven't seen them in, I think it's been 2 weeks now, maybe 3 weeks the last time they were here.
It's been a couple of weeks since they were over.
Yeah, and I just miss them. So I'm really excited that they're coming for the day on Sunday. So I have that to look forward to. Good morning, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Charlie Girl says, hey, girl. Good morning. So how's Kaya this morning?
Doing good.
Is she doing better?
Yeah, I got to give her, thanks for reminding me. I got to give her last pill. She's doing really
good. So she's healing quite nicely, I take it.
Yeah, and she hasn't even bothered to, please keep my fingers crossed. She hasn't bothered to touch it, because usually dogs will keep going at it.
Yeah.
She's not going anywhere near it.
Good.
Yeah.
It might probably start itching the more it heals, and that's when they usually go at it. But hopefully she won't. Oh, Denise, you're hibernating? Yeah, it's cold here too.
It's nice here today.
The sun's out, but I don't know what the temperature is supposed to be.
No, it looks like it's going to snow today. Snow or rain?
Oh, we had some flurries yesterday.
Did ya?
Yeah, just flurries. We got a new bong for an early Christmas present. There you go,
nice.
420. Don't choke.
Is it a glass one? Yeah.
Don't choke.
My sister-in-law did that once. It was hysterical. I told you it was a new one.
Yeah, new ones are really harsh.
Yeah.
I mean, no snow today. I don't want to work. No, I bet you don't. I bet you don't. My husband left this morning so excited that it was Friday because he doesn't have to work this weekend. So he was like, I get to sleep in tomorrow. So he was really excited.
Mine's today. That's going to be fun.
So, so yesterday ended up being a complete and utter
shitstorm.
Oh, I don't know. What would be the word? Shit show, twisted. You gotta love it. Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. We know how YouTube goes. The people only hear what they want to hear, and then they spin it and twist it and fit their own narrative. That I don't know how to take a joke. Okay. I think if you listened, but I kept having to put my live on private because one person, the blonde lady over on the other end, the one that says people need content, it has to use other people's content, whatever. So I kept putting it on private because, sorry, I don't use other people's content. Like, really, find your own content. You don't need mine. So I kept putting it on private. It is what it is. It's my prerogative. But a lot of people twisted it and turned it and made it into something it wasn't. I don't know how to take a joke. I can take a joke just like everybody else here. It wasn't the point that it was a joke. Like I said, do I have a problem with Science Girl? I don't. Never had a problem with Science Girl. Don't really even know her. It wasn't that I was, going at Science Girl because she's friends with that boat. I mean, the things people come out with, it's crazy. Supposedly, I went at Science Girl because, she's friends with FOD. I don't know how to take a joke. I need to learn to mind my business about what happens on somebody else's panel. Now, that was classic because I'm sitting there like, wait a second. I need to mind my business what happens on other people's channels, but yet you start your live talking about Diane and Wendy, and I can name probably 4 other things that didn't have your name in it, wasn't your problem, yet you went live about it. But I need to mind my business about what goes on other panels. I think everybody in this community could probably mind. That's the whole point of YouTube. Hello. When you push that live button and you go live and you spew whatever you want to spew out, that makes it the community's business. Am I right? Isn't that how YouTube works?
Kind of. Like
So
YouTube,
I think all
YouTube
of us,
news.
right. I mean, seriously, like if you're really going to say, you should mind your business about what goes on other panels, then I think everybody should mind their business what goes on other people's panels, right?
Then it wouldn't be.
So,
It would be boring.
huh? It would be boring. That, this is how this community rolls. Now, it wasn't about Science Girl. I don't care if it was Nunya that shared the link. I get the joke just like everybody else gets the joke. My whole point, and I said it in my live yesterday, my whole point is because these wish lists have been totally taken and twisted and turned. People are taking down their wish list. People are wondering whose wish. People are saying what should go on a wish list, what shouldn't go on a wish list, what this, that. Good morning, NC. I just felt like that because what these wish lists has done since it started, there is a time and a place for joking. That's it. That's all I meant by it. And I just find it funny that I don't know how to take a joke. But if everybody remembers correctly, now I'm not going at Science Girl, but I just find it funny that she says, I don't know how to take a joke. But I can remember when Molly Golightly talked about a leaf in Science Girl's hair, and she lost her mind. Lost her mind.
What? A
Yeah.
leaf, like a leaf from a tree?
A leaf from a tree. Now, everybody knows it was
I
a
don't
joke.
understand that.
Everybody knows that Science Girl takes pictures for a living. She's a photographer. So she had done a photograph thing earlier in the day, and Molly Golightly was where Science Girl lives for a visit, and then their friendship ended. And when their friendship ended, Molly Golightly had gone live and was talking about how, Science Girl wears a wig, and how Science Girl went out to eat and out to dinner with a leaf in her hair.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now, mind you, Science Girl jumps on a panel freaking out because of a leaf in her hair, and that she does not wear a wig. She has a weave. She don't buy cheap wigs like Laura, if you guys all remember correctly. But I don't know how to take a joke. Okay. Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. I think you could say that about yourself. But like I said, I don't have a problem with Science Girl. It wasn't Science Girl. I don't care if 420 did it, Nunya did it, Samara did it, Good Morning Beautiful Serendipity did it.
Morning,
It was
girlfriend.
the point of if you want to joke around in private, especially when these wish lists are
Oh,
just being, it's hard enough. It's hard enough for these people to ask for help, you know? They're
right.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm sure they feel a certain way about doing it. I'm sure it wasn't easy for these people to make their wish list for their families so they can have a present under the tree. I remember back in the day, Science Girl used to have compassion. She did. And I know that if it wasn't about her, she would see the point that I was trying to make.
Right.
It wasn't what you do in your bedroom, what you do in your spare time behind closed doors is your business. It is. I don't care what you do. Okay? Now, was her clapback funny? Okay, I'll give it to her. It was funny. She did really good. I'm clapping. But that my whole point was just that there's a time and a place to joke. Just like you learn that in high school. You learn that in elementary school. There's a time and a place for everything. And all
Right.
I said is I just don't feel like these families are having a hard enough time. They're sad. They're embarrassed. Some people have taken their wish list down. Um, that's what it was. All I said was that somebody messaged me and said there was a wish list that wasn't in the wish list that I have because I have been sharing all of the wish list in my lives. Every day I go live, my mods are doing it. So I went in there. I don't watch FOD. Don't like FOD. So, Laura, you got it wrong there. I don't watch FOD. I wasn't there. I was told there was a link in there and to grab it so we could add it to the list. That's what I
Excellent.
did. When I clicked on it, that's what I saw. I just felt that it was inappropriate at that time. That's it. Like, aren't we adults here? Like, I don't get the clapping back and forth and, oh, Jenna don't know how to take a joke and Jenna needs to be a better investigator and Jenna knew it was a joke, but she just made a big deal out of it because Science Girl likes FOD. Like, wow. People spin shit a lot
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah. Right.
And
It's
what's the oh, they
YouTube.
can't just like Mandy Bell, she made a video, it was funny. I'm
Yeah.
just
Exactly.
taking my Karen label and having it laminated, right,
Right.
Captain Obvious?
I love it.
Oh, but I just last night, I got some clips sent to me about, Laura over there, how,
Sorry.
you know, people need to mind their own business. Okay, that's classic coming from you.
Yeah.
When the Life with Jen stuff went on, and I went to Mandy Bell, and then Mandy Bell went to TNT, and then I went on BTS's panel and explained it. That was none of your business. None. None of your business. Yet you put your hands in it. What Diane and Wendy do on their panel when it's not about you is none of your business, yet you go live about it. Come on, really? You could
Right.
say that about everybody. It's freaking YouTube.
That's all
Good
right.
morning, Kiki
YouTube.
Leaves Good morning. I made
Good
this
morning,
account
Tally girl.
back then when she got offended about the Leafs. Thanks for giving me another chance to use it. You welcome. I mean, and I'm not trying to. Hey, Tally girl. Good morning. I mean, just come on. Obviously, I can take a joke just like everybody, the next person can. But you can't sit there and say, I can't take a joke when you couldn't take a joke about leaf in your hair.
Right.
I mean, really? I don't know. It's just, it's crazy to me. All of it's crazy. All of it is crazy.
Yep,
But
it's YouTube news.
it is. And it's funny because Laura can have an opinion about anything she wants. She can talk shit about anybody she wants. She can sit on her porta potty and talk about everybody in this community. Everybody. She can. But God forbid somebody else does. Then it's mind your own business. And then she talks about how, you don't know people's mental health issues that are going on around here. You don't know when you might push somebody over the edge. Yes, I did just say porta potty. You don't know how you could push somebody over the edge to do something by your words. Look at what you've done to Tracy.
Yeah.
Look at what you've done to Serendipity. And you're going to talk and preach on your porta potty about how somebody could trigger somebody to do something. Now, I'm not saying that, they're depressed or whatever, but come on. If you're going to preach it, at least follow what you preach. You can't sit there and preach it and then do the opposite. You look like we already know we already know.
420.
She needs to watch her own videos. She screams about stuff she has done or doing in that very life. Exactly, Nari. The fake overdose plan was the worst. I agree, Remy. And she'll say, I did that in private. Doesn't matter.
Read
But you're going to
420.
talk about suicide. And you're going to talk about people's mental health. And you're going to talk about how you might push somebody to the edge. But you go and try to fake your own suicide. Come on, people.
420 said, I almost went to work with a pot leaf stuck in my hand.
I don't know how people don't see it. And maybe they do. Maybe they do see it, but they still choose to support her. Hey, props to you if you want to support that. But I can't get over how much of a hypocrite she is. It just blows my mind because I've said this numerous times that she should really listen to her lives after she does them and really listen to what she says. And then you wonder why people want to go live about you. Then you wonder why people talk about you the way the way they do. It's because the very thing you preach, is the very thing you do. You are not innocent in this YouTube community. You don't mind your business. You use other people's content for your content, but yet you have content.
Right.
I mean, we can go back video for video. You talk about how Diane and Wendy can't keep their name out of their mouth. I think for the past month, maybe even longer, every single live you do, Diane and Wendy are mentioned. Every single one, but you don't care about them. Well, sorry, looks like you care about them to me because people I don't care about, their names don't come out of my mouth. But yet, you don't care what they say. They're irrelevant. You know, they're, lower than you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say everybody wants to be Diane and Wendy. No, I want to be Jenna Moon. That's who I am. I'm Jenna Moon. And sometimes I talk about pets. And sometimes I talk about crime. And sometimes I talk about my opinions. Now you, on the other hand, go live every day, talking shit about somebody. And you say it's because they can't keep their names out your mouth. Well, yesterday I went live, didn't mention you at all. Laura, never. It was about Science Girl and the wish list. That's what I talked about. And you're going to sit there and fire up your live last night and make it about my live.
Yeah.
But you have content. You don't talk about people unless they talk about you. I would beg to differ. I would beg to differ. Diane and Wendy are talking about this woman that I don't really know the story. I really don't want to talk about it, but some lady that's giving them a hard time. That's how I'll put it because I don't know the whole scenario. So I'll just say it's some woman giving Diane a hard time. And you're going to sit there and say the lady's crazy and that she's emailed you a bunch of times, but then you're going to defend her in another twist because you don't like Diane and Wendy. Good morning, Two Tacos. How are you, Two Tacos? I hope you are well. Make sure you don't have any leaves in your hair. Oh, that was a joke. Ha ha ha, laugh about it. People joke around here. People need to learn how to take jokes.
Exactly.
Oh, good Lord, I just can't. Yeah, no leaf zone. Mm-hmm.
Jen is on fire today.
I just, I know that.
Oh, no jokes? Come on.
No jokes allowed, Angie. Darn it. Because I really did. I talked to a couple of girlfriends yesterday, and I really was like,
Richard.
do I go live about it? Do I not go live about it? I know if I go live about it, there's going to be another live, and people are going to twist it and turn it, and some people are going to agree with me, and some people are not, and, blah, blah, blah. I really, but it's a leaf in a weave, not a leaf in a wig, because she don't wear wigs, she wears weaves. Only Laura wears wigs, and they're cheap wigs. But yet you're going to sit on Laura's panel. Okay. But I really debated. No. But I felt like my whole point was about the people that are in need. It's really about leaves lives matter. Oh, I like that, Samara.
What Merrick said.
But it was really about the people with these wish lists. It's the time of year. It's hard. People are struggling. I mean, creators have gone live and after live talking about these people's situations. Some have a whole family that has COVID. There's one that's homeless with small children. There's one that got the list goes on with these sad stories. and you say, "Oh, we needed a little humor in here." Then if you wanted humor, why didn't you jump on FOD's panel and talk about your sex life like you did yesterday? Why did you have to make it a Christmas list, knowing what these families are going through? That is the whole point. I get humor. Do I think this community could use a little lightening up? Yep, I think everybody in here could say, yeah, the drama sucks. It's getting old. It's,
Right.
stressful. People's feelings are getting I agree with that. We have to lighten up this community for sure. But I just don't think you could have done it differently. That was all. That was my opinion. I believe this started out as a misunderstanding and it went downhill from there. But
Yeah.
it didn't have to go downhill. That's the thing. It didn't have to. You know, when I was talking about it, Science Girl could have came in and said, "You know what? Maybe I could have done it differently, but it was a joke. I wasn't trying to pick on people's wish list." She could have done it so many different ways for it not to go downhill. Instead, she comes in and acts like I, said the worst thing in the world to her. I mean, I think some people need to lighten up a little. Just because your name gets mentioned, just because somebody has an opinion, doesn't mean you have to freak out. You could have just came in and said, "Hey, Jana, can I have a link?" Which you never asked for. Uh, so you could come up and explain. You could
Mm.
have came in and said, "You know what? It was a joke. Maybe it was out of poor taste." But you didn't. You came in and said it was a joke. Then you came in and said it was your Christmas list. Then you switched it and you made it petty when it didn't have to be petty. It didn't. Sarah, I'm be a Karen for a minute. The timing was wrong, way wrong. That was my whole point, serendipity. Not that she did it. Not that it's not about what was on the list. Yes, did I show the list? But I showed it because it said Christmas list. When you looked at the link, it said wish list. The timing was off. That's it.
Goodness.
That's it. And everybody had to make it this big, huge deal. And it didn't. It didn't need to be a big deal. And now they're going to say, but you're the one that made it a big deal. You're the one that went live and made it a big deal. No, I went live and just gave my opinion, even said, don't have a problem with Science Girl. Said it looks like it was the joke. Looks like, I just think it was in poor taste. That's it. Curious question. Did anyone make sure it was her in the chat? I saw it, so that's why I asked. Yes, running to tell that. Yes. Because at first I didn't know. So that's another thing I said in my life. I said, I know Science Girl goes by a different name. I said, so I don't know if it's her. So that's why I put her in the title. So she could come in and say, yes, that was me, or no, I'm being trolled, or, whatever. But she was a wrench in FOD. So I had a feeling it was her. But with FOD and her troll accounts, you never know. You could see FOD make a troll account of freaking Science Girl and wrench them. You don't put anything past FOD. Nothing. So, you don't if it was anybody else's panel, I might have bought it, but because it was FOD's, you never freaking know. So, but that's how it started. And then when you click on the link, you can add this person to your friends list. And when I clicked on it, it said wish list for Science Girl. So I was like, well, is somebody doing a cruel joke on her? Blah, blah, blah. But no, it turned out that it was her. She owned it. She owned that. She has sex innuendos with whatever and however and with whatever. Not my business. Don't care. I don't know why she had to go. Well, whatever. But all I thought was it was in poor taste. That's it. I just think the timing was wrong. That's it. And why it had to be twisted into this big, huge deal is beyond me. And I get the clap back. Like, I knew Science Girl was going to clap back because that's what Science Girl does. Her name is mentioned, she comes running. Everybody knows that. So that's why I put her name in the title, because I didn't know how to get hold of her to ask her privately. So I knew if I put her name in the title, she'd come running. And I was hoping that she would have just been like, yeah, it was me. It might have been in poor taste, because I know, like I said on my panel yesterday, that Science Girl does have compassion. Science Girl does, care about people that are struggling. So it kind of shocked me to see her do it at that time. Laura also said that Galloway Girl was involved, and she wasn't. Get Blue's Clues, Laura. Oh, I need to learn how to. Okay, wait. Because that's the third person that I've heard that was involved. Third. Galloway did not send it to me. Miss Inspector Porta Potty Laura. Galloway did not send it to me. Who else was it? Let me look at my emails. Because somebody else emailed me or messaged me and said it was them. No, it was on my comment section. And they had gotten blamed. So I had wrote on my comment section that they weren't involved.
Dorky, good morning.
So let me see. Barnyard. So Barnyard got accused of doing it. Barnyard isn't the one that sent it to me. Galloway isn't the one that sent it to me. It doesn't matter who sent it to me, because they didn't send it to me to attack Science Girl. They sent it to me. Clean out your ears, Inspector Porta Potty Laura. They sent it to me because I have all the wish list links. And they noted they wanted to make sure I had that. That's it. Jenna Moon, Science Girl used to be that. Since she started worshiping the purple vomit, she becomes more like Laura, self-centered. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
The purple vomit.
Purple vomit, porta potty, inspector,
street editor,
college Laura. I mean, come on, we could have. Oh wait, and now when she goes live, screaming and freaking out that Jenna Moon is talking crap about her, because her little purple followers are making sure that she's got all the information, correct or incorrect. We're just over here having some fun. Loosen up. Don't you know what a joke is, Laura? I mean, you want to sit over there and say, Jenna Moon needs to learn to take a joke. Well, guess what, Porta Potty Inspector Laura? You need to learn to take a joke. I wish this back and forth with Science Girl and you could end today. It's so petty. I hope so, Kathy. Like, seriously, that's the other reason that I was kind of going live today is
just
like, I didn't mean, like I said, it doesn't matter who it was. I just think it was in poor taste. Do I have a problem with Science Girl? I don't. Just like I said yesterday, I don't. I don't have a problem with her at all. I don't care that she's friends with FOD. I don't care that she's friends with Porta Potty Inspector Laura. Don't care. You know, don't care. It was just poor taste. That's it. That's it. So after today, I'm hoping it's done. She had a good live yesterday. A lot of people had a lot of good laughs. She talked about her sex life and made jokes and whatever. Great. Props to you. Like, make it a joke. But just right now until December 20th, I just feel like these Christmas lists should not be the butt of the joke. Just let people share these Christmas lists. Let these families not feel like they did something wrong by asking this community that they obviously care about for help. Just leave the Christmas list alone. You want to crack jokes? Crack jokes about Barbies like Mandy Bell did. Crack jokes about your sex toys and your sex life like you did. Just these wish lists were hard enough for people to do. And a lot of people are not giving because they're worried that it might get out that they, did it. Some are not feeling they want their wish list taken down. I can't tell you how many messages that I got with, "Can you please take my list off? I don't want no problems. I just wanted my family to have a Christmas. Can you just take it off? I don't want to be the butt of the joke." And it was really sad to read those because they rather have to sit there and explain to their little children that Santa wasn't able to make it to their house because people wanted to crack on Christmas lists. I literally had someone messaging me telling me they're not putting a list out because they were afraid of being scrutinized. I have too. I have to, Sarah. That's horrible. So my whole point yesterday was just make jokes about something else other than the wish list. My Karen ass is zipping her lips. Captain Obvious.
Captain Obvious, come on. Just one.
I mean, and I get it. The Christmas list just adds to the list of people that have reached out for help in this community before. Fundraisers get torn apart. Pay people that might sit on their panel and need a little help, and their PayPal gets. And I'll even give it to you, Laura. People talk about your money too. Okay? Because, like I said, when credit's due, I'll give it to you. People have even scrutinized your money, but you have scrutinized other people's money. I just feel like when people are asking for help, yeah, should we know if it's a scam or not? Yeah, I think we should. But when you know it's not, in these Christmas lists, not one is a scam as of yet. Nobody has proven that. Nobody has said, then just let it be. I hope those making fun of a list never have to worry about a hard time. It's true. What comes around goes around. I agree, Angie. A lot of people said that yesterday too. God forbid, just remember the people that have picked on these lists or find it the butt of their joke, when you need help, don't cry when people remember what you did with these lists and they turn around and do it back to you. Now, do I agree with an eye for an eye? No, I don't. I think I have said that before, like with the real life stuff. If somebody goes real life and then they do it back because, oh, that person did it first, I still think it's wrong. So that's what I mean for an eye for an eye. But people don't forget in this community. Nobody forgets anything in this community. So just remember, if you are one that is picking on this list and God forbid something happens to you and you need help and everybody comes for you for wanting help, just remember what you did to the people that are in need right now because of this pandemic, because that people have lost their jobs. Just remember. So I don't know, maybe as a community, people with black hearts can have, half of a red heart and just leave the list alone until December 20th and after. I just don't think it should be a conversation or a butt of a joke. I just don't, and that's my opinion.
Sunnyside.
Good morning, Sunnyside. Good morning, Amanda Ray.
Morning, Amanda.
So, Nanya, what's your take on all of it?
I think it was done in poor taste, absolutely. And I, I'm one for jokes. I think it's funny. But at this time of the year, and stuff was going on earlier, all you were just trying to do is focus and say if this was you or not. And then when you found out it was a joke, okay. And she did say, because I did listen, so I'm guilty, science girl. I did listen to your live yesterday, and you did say it was a joke between your girlfriends and something about, well, if it was done with a little group of friends and you did that, that would be kind of weird. I'm just gonna say
Okay.
this.
Oh, yes,
If your
because she said
friends,
she had a foursome with a bunch of women. So for her to tell a group of friends would be weird. But let's go on a live and tell 50 people, but that's not weird.
right. But and here's the other thing too. Your friends know how you are. They know your humor. So how would that be kind of creepy being in a small room with your friends if they know that that's what you do and that's how you talk? I wouldn't have thought any differently. I would have thought it was funny. I'm a first one that loves jokes. I was just saying that today. I laugh at people walking in the door on accident. That's just me. Okay, call me sick. I don't care. Um, and it could be that that was a joke, but you shared it on somebody's live. It was brought over to Jenna. I want to make that clear. She doesn't go and watch FOD's live. Trust me, she's got better things to do than to do that. Um, it was brought up to her attention, and the person said, I don't know if this is serious or they thought that you were cloned, and they made that was the whole thing, that you were cloned. And that's why Jenna did do that live, because she wanted to make sure it was you and not somebody cloning you. And she didn't know until she was live that it was, a joke. So, okay. Like I said, I'm one for jokes. I think it's funny, but to me, kind of should have been done in private. And yeah, I think if you have friends and they know how you are, they wouldn't care that you said something like that. It's funny. I mean, they wouldn't have, I don't think. Anyway, my friends know how sick I can be, and I would say something, they wouldn't say, "Oh my gosh, you're weird." They would laugh at
Uh,
it.
Kathy, I'm sure a lot of these lists that we have are from Diane and Wendy.
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
are.
sure a lot of these lists will be posted on their stream tonight. I know if you go back to a couple of my lives and you look in the description, I've also put the links in the description. I know that Sarah has been
Funny.
posting them on her lives. I know that Tracy's been posting them on her lives. I know you can get the links pretty much anywhere. And I see YouTube Streets needs a gift. for a teen, YouTube Streets would, if you want, you can email it to me and I can add it to the list. I think people
Yeah.
would have took it as a joke if Laura and Slobber hadn't took
So
something heartfelt and made it turn
and
into
turn
poop.
into shit.
I agree. That's what everybody gotta remember where this all started. Diane and Wendy did something for the community like they always do, whether you like them or you don't. No matter what, Diane and Wendy always do something for the community,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's for the community or for, I know there's fighting whether they make it send money to St. Jude's or not. It's nobody's business. Like Diana said, it's hers. It's her money. She can do whatever she wants. She does not have to prove it. But if you all remember correctly, these lists were a wonderful thing. They had over 700 people in there. People were loving the idea. People were ready to do it. It was going great until Porta Potty investigator Laura and decided to talk about something that was not their business. Porta Potty Laura investigator says that is nobody's business, so they should not be going live about things that happen on somebody else's life.
I can't.
Now, Diane and Wendy weren't, the Christmas list had nothing to do with you yet. You went live to dissect the list. That's where this all started.
Run
And
that tell that says, was there not a creator who did a list for themselves? Yeah.
they did a list
Okay.
afterwards
Right.
because it was all after dissecting, after knowing, I don't care who you are, they knew what they were doing. They can spin it any way they want, just like everybody else, they're going to spin it the way they want to spin it. But we all know what the hell they were doing. They don't like Diane and Wendy, and they needed to make a mockery of it. Point blank, period.
Listen, Jenna doesn't
But
go out there and just, oh, today I think I'm gonna pick on somebody. She's not that person. She isn't that creator that does that.
no,
Her intention was to find out if she was trolled or cloned. That's what her intention was. She didn't go on she doesn't go on people's live to pick out and say she's not that person. Trust me on this.
I
She's
don't
the
even go
same
in
way.
people's lives to start
No.
trouble.
Once she
Like, that's
leaves
not who I
YouTube,
am.
she has a life just like we all do. Once we get off of lives, we go on with our daily life. Okay. People come to her all the time and give her links and sends her things. And she, will think, well, this is scary. If somebody is cloning her, she needs to know. She doesn't know this woman. She doesn't have anything against, and she kept saying that. And even if you think that she did, well, she's not picking on you. I know Jonna, she's not that person. She really isn't. It wasn't
No,
meant
I was
to
not
call
picking on
you
her.
out and meant to put you
Nope.
on a platform and say shame on you. It wasn't. So please do not take it that way. And if you do, I'm sorry, but that's
That's
not
on
how
them,
that
not
is.
me.
No.
That's on them, not me. But everybody has to remember how it all played out, how it all started, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yet she sits on her porta potty panel and acts like, don't push anybody over the edge. You never know what they're gonna do. But you go and dissect somebody and who needs a vacuum? Who needs pots and pans?
and
Who
who needs
needs
and who puts $1,000 PS5 to get done? Come on. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so
I,
let's talk about
no,
that one because
come on.
she says that was the list her kids made for her. That was what they wanted, which every kid does that. Every kid makes a list and gives it to their parents. Now, what I would have done is because on Amazon, everybody knows you can make as many wish lists as you want. So your kids
Hi,
send
Ben.
you a list of all this stuff, 100, whatever, chairs, PlayStation 5s, whatever. What you should have done is went through that list, made a new list, and put out stuff that you know that this community would help you with. Do you honestly think this community is going to buy a $5,000-$7,000 PlayStation 5?
That's ridiculous. I'm
For me,
sorry.
in my opinion,
Nope.
that is for your family or you to do. If you can do it, great. If you can't, then you sit down with your children and you explain that you can't, but you will when you can. You don't put
Me
it
too,
on a
Sandra.
list and give it to this whole community. Like, I get, because that's her reasoning. It was her kids' list. That's what they wanted, and she shared
Hold
it.
on. U2 Street, good comment. What I don't get is Laura got 10K recently and buys nice stuff, but makes fun of a list that someone put a bike on it. If I did have a kid, I would rather my kid want a bike than $500 Botox.
Yeah,
Xbox.
Xbox. Yeah,
Botox.
Botox. Or $140 boot. Exactly. I'm not knocking your kid's list. I'm not. Those are things that a typical teenager wants. A typical teenage boy wants. Some of the stuff was typical things girls want. I'm not knocking your list. I get it. I get that that was a list that your kids gave you.
Yeah, I
Totally
hope
get it.
somebody does
But
buy
I
that
think
bike.
you should have, in my opinion, I think that you should have went through that list and removed stuff that should be you and your family's responsibility, not a community's not a community's responsibility. And like you, I know you're going to say, if they didn't want to buy it, they don't have to. You're
Right.
right. They don't. Because I know that's what you're going to scream. I put it out there and nobody has to buy it. And if you ain't buying it, it's none of your fucking business. Well, guess what? The bike was none of your business. The vacuum was none of your business. So how are you going to scream
It's
it's none of our
YouTube.
business,
It's
but you
everybody's
made
business.
somebody else's list your business when you weren't donating to that list? My favorite gift as a kid was the Sunshine Family. I never got a bike for Christmas. Now, I always got a bike for, Easter. That was always my parents' thing. They always got me a bike for Easter because in the winter, you can never ride it because I live where there's snow. So, they always used to she's low key does not want someone to buy the ba
Does want
then why
someone to
put
buy.
it out?
No,
Okay, Jade.
she's low key does
Okay,
want.
Jade Sapphire. If she doesn't want somebody to buy it,
No,
then
Johnny,
why
she
put it
does.
out?
She said she's low key does want someone to buy the PS5.
Oh, she does. Sorry, Miss, because I was gonna just say, then why would she put it out? Sorry, Jade. Read that wrong.
Good
But you
morning,
know what I'm
Jay.
saying? And we know that she's gonna twist and turn it, like I said. We're gonna hear, it's none of your business. You're not donating, so what is it your business? It's my list, not yours. Mind your own. But we could say the same about you. So, but
Yeah.
that's porta potty investigator Laura for you. I can appreciate being around people who use the head for more than
A hat
a
rack.
hat rack. Thank you, each of you. Oh, my first bike was a banana bike. I got it
I
for Christmas.
loved banana
I
bike.
love the banana seats because you could
Yeah,
always fit
banana.
somebody else on it, and they weren't on the handlebars or
Yep.
on that bar that goes across and hurts your, you know, parts. I loved the banana seat.
Right?
And I had a basket and a bell
Yeah.
and little tassels that hung. I thought I was
The
the best. I had
schnizzle.
the best bike on the street.
Exactly.
You don't know what a banana bike is, Remy? You know
What?
those banana it's a regular bike, but it
With
has
a
a
long seat.
long seat.
And they call them banana seats.
Yep.
That was the cool thing back then. Oh, you got a banana bike.
Mhm.
It was
Because
short.
you could fit,
What
and
my
especially if you were tiny, you could
Yep.
sometimes get 3 people on that seat
Yep.
if they were tiny enough.
420.
I could buck everyone
Yeah.
around. Does anyone remember bananas in pajamas?
Oh
Uh,
yes.
y
Yeah.
I it sounds familiar, but it was
Banana and pajama.
definitely I don't remember it, but I remember bananas in pajamas. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Remy, I missed the seat word. Damn, you are young. I know.
I miss the old days. I
Me
mean, I was
too.
the type of kid that my mother told me, you ate breakfast and you got out of her hair. Go outside and play. And I would go,
Yep. The
ride my
classic
bike and
streams.
make ramps
Yep.
we would make trails in the woods or slide. I mean, I was never home, ever. But I was never at somebody else's house either. We would all meet during in the morning at a certain spot and we would play outside all
Yep.
day, play tag. If it was the summer, we would go to the community pool and play,
Go to the
sharks and
creek.
minnows and
Yeah.
stuff. We always had
We
so
found
much fun.
something to do. Right.
And
The pajama,
nowadays,
I
yeah,
forgot the
it's
song.
the up
Yeah.
until dark. See, mine in my town at 9 o'clock, the fire station used to blow a horn. It was every day at 9 p.m. They would sound the horn one time. So I knew I had to be in the yard when that horn went off, or I had to be in the yard when the street lights came out. I didn't have to go inside, but I had to be in the yard.
Oh,
And
that's a good question,
nowadays, kids don't even
Rental.
know what it's like to be outside. They're like, "You want me to go do what? You want me to go I mean, kids don't even know how to ride bikes, a lot of them. They've never even had a bike, but they've had every system in the world. It's
Ren-
just so funny.
Rental says, "Does anyone know what was the language the Teletubbies spoke?"
No. Oh
No.
my goodness. Yeah, they
Good question.
Good morning, Ems. I
Ah,
don't know. I loved my childhood. I really did. We used to make
street lights,
forts.
come
There
on.
was
Yep.
one time, me and my brother, we lived near an abandoned, burnt out house. It was next door. And so, all the wood, because of the fire and because of the
One
condemned, there was
banana, two
wood
banana.
all over the
Oh,
place.
yep.
Well, we lived by the railroad tracks, and underneath the railroad tracks was the river. And me and my brother wanted to build a boat. So we collected all the wood,
You hated the
and we
Teletubbies.
collected all the wood, and we got nails, some rusted nails from the burnt out building, and some good nails. And we made this boat. We were so proud of this boat. We
No,
could
Jane.
not wait to put it in the river. So we make this boat, me, my brother, and the other kids that lived in the neighborhood. We pick up this boat and we're trucking it down the trestle. Now, mind you, the trestle was a scary place because if a train came, there was nowhere to go. You had to run to get off the trestle because it was either jumping in the river or getting hit by a train. But we always played on the trestle. My mom would get after us all the time. So, anyways, we took this boat. We were so proud of it. Mind you, this boat had burnt wood, everything. And we thought this thing was going to float and we were going to be able to get in it and we were going to be able to go fishing. Well, we walked down and we put it in the river and the things, we couldn't even get into it and it sank. It sank. But we were so proud of it. But forts,
Yeah,
playing in
building
the dirt.
forts in the dirt. I love
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes, playing Goonies, making
Goonies.
our own maps
Yes.
to find treasures at the end.
Oh my God,
Yes.
that was fun. The
Yep,
Goonies.
it was.
Hey,
I
you
loved my childhood.
guys.
Anybody remember My Buddy?
My
Yes,
buddy.
My Buddy and me. Yes, I remember. I loved My Buddy. Yep.
operation. I mean, we had all the
Played
board games to
football.
do at
I was
home.
playing football with the boys,
Yep,
my
me
brother
too.
was on a football team, and
Flag
we would take
football.
that football, and,
Yep.
of course, I was the only girl, so, I mean, but being with the boys and having an older brother definitely taught me how to dust myself off and not sit in a corner and cry because, I got
Yep.
a boo-boo or whatever. My brother definitely taught me how to be strong and learn to, it's just great memories. Wow, Sonny.
Yeah,
I can
420. They used
envision.
to do that in my neighborhood too when we were kids. At a certain time of the night, the bug sprayer truck would come by and everybody would they have to close their windows because it would
I
get
never had that.
really foggy. Oh my God. They would have this big machine on the back of the truck and it would spray and this fog mist would just come practically over your house. It was just super foggy. And you'd have to
Yeah.
hurry up and then because we'd hear it coming. And we're like, the bug truck's coming, the bug truck's up. Everybody would close their windows because you get it in
Yep.
your house, it's stuck, it sucked. And then you'd have to leave your windows closed for like 15, 20 minutes until the fog cleared. Yeah, that's what they used to
I
do
It's
to
funny that
kill
you
the
2 streets just
mosquitoes.
says I remember when I was, like, 6 maybe. I couldn't cross the street. I tried to run away. I packed canned vegetables and noodles,
Noodles.
but I couldn't cross. I went to the big square till I gave up, which cracked me up because I wanted to earn
Oh, the
money.
game
I might have
Battleship
been
was good.
probably 7, 8. So what I did is I walked around and collected all
Yeah,
these
so would
rocks.
we, Sunnyside. We'd run
I
for
I would
our lives.
collect all these rocks from my driveway, mind you. We had a dirt driveway with a bunch of rocks. So I collected all these rocks, and I would go inside and I would wash them. I would wash them all up, and I would put them in a box, and I would go to a
Fluffernutters.
circle. It was like a circle in the road, and I would stand there, and I had a little sign that I made and said rocks for 25 cents a piece.
And you would
And my
sell them.
mother still remembers this to this day because she would sit in her window, her and my stepdad, and they would laugh because they're like, nobody's ever gonna buy these rocks, the poor
Yeah,
thing.
they did.
Nobody's gonna buy, and people actually stopped and bought rocks from me, and they were rocks from the thing. I think I made like $3 and I was so happy. I didn't do a lemonade stand. I I picked up rocks and washed them and sold them for
Silly
25
putty.
cents.
Yeah. Mash it on the newspapers. Becky Boo, that's what I used to do too, is take the silly paper and stretch it out and put it on the cartoons part and see if you could get it on there. It was just things like that used to entertain us all day long.
Mhm.
We'd go out play kick the can or
Yeah, Marco
kickball,
Polo
Marco
or,
Polo. Oh my God.
or, ah, all kinds of stuff, big wheel. Oh, and then you remember when you rode your bike, you put a card
The
in the
glass.
wheel, in the
Yes, the
spick of the
class.
wheel,
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
sounded like an engine. It go Yep, I remember doing that
My
too. We thought
sister
that
would
was
go
the best
door to
thing.
door and have these different types of rubber. We had a big, huge box. My dad used to put rubber bands, and some are small, some are medium, some are large. And she went door to door selling. She came home with the empty box, and she was so happy because she made $3.50, and that meant we can get ice cream when the ice cream truck came by. Or my brothers. Remember when they used to put before they painted pinstripes on the car, and they used to you'd have this pinstripe. It was like in a big wheel, and you'd put it on your car and take the tape off. My brother had a big case full of it. And my sister went around and sold it and would sell it to people door to door, or she would go to school and sell it for a dime for the little rolls or 25 cents for the big rolls. And we would get ice cream. My brother was so mad because he's like, "What happened to my pinstriping tape?" My
I
sister sold it
remember the
all.
big wheel, Captain Obvious. We used to do that too because it had the e-brake. So
Yes.
we go to the biggest hill and we get up at that top and we would go. And then we would pull that e-brake and spin out. Oh, yes, ice cream trucks. Yeah, I mean, those were the days. The He-Man big wheel.
The He-Man big wheels, yep.
Yes.
And drift, yep. You should see how good those kids are on it now. They have the
Mhm.
back wheels that spin. And I'm like, how do you guys stop that thing? They would actually do drifting on those things. I was like, you guys are nuts. But they love
Yep.
it. Go
In the
downhill with
'80s, the
those.
dollar would make you rich. Yes, it
Yeah,
would. I
absolutely.
remember I missed the
To buy
penny
so much
store.
candy for a buck. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
'cause we used to have a penny store, we called it the
5 bucks.
penny store, but we would go in and get, like, the fish, the red fish and
Yeah,
stuff. They were
redfish.
for, like,
Yeah.
a penny,
Yep.
and
And
we
you
would get
get a
a whole
handful.
bag.
Yep.
We would, dig under the couch cushions after the parents went to work to find pennies or quarters or nickels or dimes, and then we would go and get all the candy, and then we would go to our fort,
Yeah.
whatever fort we made. And we would sit there all, eat all the candy, and then we would get bored and go play in the river or whatever. Those were
Were
the
those
days. Now kids just
little
don't
candies
know.
on the paper? Remember those? For 5 cents, you get a whole big line. For a quarter, you get almost a roll
Mhm.
of that. And Slim Jims, they were 5 cents. I remember when they went up to 10 cents. I was so mad, but they're
My
5 cents
mom
Slim Jims.
Yeah, my mom used to get so mad running tell that because I used to do the same thing. I would use my shoe as a brake for my
Yeah,
on the back wheel. So my front of my sole of my shoe would be perfect. The back would be half, like there was a
sweetest
big
fit.
slice that
Yes,
was all gone, because of me using my foot as the brake. The
it was
paper
fun.
always stuck to the candy. Yeah, you just ate the paper too.
Yes, it always stuck to the candy. Exactly, but I didn't care. That
What
was
do you
my
need, Vito?
favorite.
Vito? What would
What?
you like me to do?
Huh?
Oh, big league chew. Yes. We would think that we had chew in our mouth. We thought we were the coolest people in the What was your first car you two drove, Jenna and Nanya? My first
Oh.
car was um it was actually my mother's. It was a Pinto. It was a standard.
That's what my brother
5
wanted.
speed, and it had 2 wheels. I mean, 2 wheels. 2 it was a two-door 2 wheels, two-door, 5 speed. It was black, and I'm telling you, it was a Pinto. Yep, a
Mine
black
was,
Pinto.
I can't remember the year. It was a maroon Taurus. I thought it was the shit of the car. It was a maroon Taurus and it had maroon velour interior. And I love that car. And one year, my boyfriend wanted to
So
go to Wisconsin to get something, and it was far. He wanted me to take him, and I was like, I don't want to drive that far. We ended up going, and my car died, and we couldn't. We had to call his mom to pick us up, and I had it towed, and I found out that it needed a timing chain, and I was like, no, junk
We
it.
used to have it we used to have a truck too. It was a green, ugly truck, two-door, but the back would was made out of wood.
Mhm.
The back was made out of wood, and there was rust, and that thing clanked, and, black smoke poured out of that, exhaust, and we named it Betty Lou. That was the name of it, Betty
I
Lou.
had a, oh,
And
wait,
my brother had a dance, and it was like, I don't know, freshman dance something. And him and his best friend were all dolled up and they were going to meet their girls. And my brother says, Mom, seeing as you're taking us in Betty Lou, can you drop us at the top of the hill? I do not want people seeing us getting out of this truck, because they were cool back then, they were all decked up. So my mom goes, Yeah, sure, no problem. Well, my mom drives to the school. Do you think she stops at the top of the hill? No. She drives down, rolls down the window, blaring music, laying on the horn. My brother and his best friend were so embarrassed. Like they creeped and hid to get out of the car. My mother still cracks up about that.
my mom
My brother
had a
still does
gremlin,
not find it
Captain
funny.
Obvious. It was a gremlin. It was yellow with black stripes. So like, and black interior. I called it the big banana. Hated Gremlins.
Big banana.
I had a 67 and I loved this car. I thought it was the shit. Mustang. And it wasn't painted. I bought it. It was all primered. It was ready for paint, but I loved the primer. And it had these huge tires on it. Sounded great. And I used to just drive it and think I was the shit.
Okay, can
Loved
we
my
hold on for 1 second, Nanya? So
yeah.
Vito says there was an accusation that I'm scamming and not homeless. I want to send you some pictures of me declining any assistance and show you my encampment. It's important to me. Vito, I know your struggles. We have
Yeah,
talked. We
Vito, come
had
on.
your PayPal, but I don't feel like you owe anybody anything.
Right.
But if it is important to you and it is bothering you, I will absolutely do that for you. You know my email. You can email me, and if you want to come on panel or if you want to write in the email what you would like me to say, but I don't feel like you owe anybody in this community and anything. Like they say, if you are not donating, it's none of your business. But
Mhm.
I know that Vito is absolutely homeless and he is going through a hard time. And
Right.
we did share his PayPal, but obviously people were picking on him because he emailed us and asked us to take his PayPal down. We didn't want to, but we respected his wishes and we did that. So please, if you don't know, that's the other it just kinda goes with the wish list. Come on, people. Yeah,
Yeah.
just because he has a phone doesn't mean he's not homeless. Just
Right.
because he can come into chats doesn't mean he's not homeless. Do
Right.
people know that you can get phones? Maybe his family bought him a phone, but they can't buy him a place to live. You don't know people's struggles. You
Yep.
just don't. But unless you have proof that he's not, keep your opinion to yourself.
We
This
love
is
you, Vito.
something
I
that
saw
went
that.
on over the summer. It's important because I feel people been asking me my personal information, but I gave you an email, not a PayPal link. Yeah. Um, yeah, you gave me the link to the pay, or you gave Samara the link, whatever. Yes. But if you would like that, Vito, I absolutely will do that for you. I don't think you should have to. I really just don't. I don't think you owe anybody any explanation. But if it will make you feel better, I will absolutely do that for you. I wasn't comfortable at all. I know you weren't. I know, you didn't want to do it. Samara asked if she could, and you were really resistant. I will give you that. You were like, no, no, no. Other people need it more than me. And Samara begged Vito to send a PayPal link. And it took a lot of begging, let me tell you. He did not want to do it. And he eventually did. He left it up for 1 day. 1 day. And then he emailed us and asked us to take it down. So don't speak on things you do not know.
Right.
But Vito, you have always supported me. You have always been in here. And like I said, I don't feel like you owe anybody anything. But if that is what you would like to do, I will do that for you. Don't ever feel like you can't reach out, Vito. So many people would be willing to help. And if not, they need to just stay hush.
Yep.
Yep. Some people just really suck. They do. They really, really do. Hold on, I gotta see if my son will take out woo woo because it's
Okay.
like clockwork. Hold on.
Yeah, Vito, we love you. That's all that should matter. Hopefully it does. But I know you weren't comfortable, but people felt like they needed to help you. Don't ever feel like that. I know it's hard. Um, I forgot what I was going to say now. Went in one ear and out the other. Some people just really suck, yeah. I know a ton of people have free phones. You are eligible for one if you're homeless or get SNAP benefits, or if you're on disability. It's a federal program. Exactly.
Yes, it is a free phone. Absolutely. I know a couple of people that were my friends that were struggling that got the free phone. You only get so many minutes on it, but it was a phone that you could add minutes if you wanted to, but the minutes were really cheap, But yeah, it's just an email because I don't know how to get the link. I'm going to take pictures and show some other proofs. Thank you for letting me. Okay, but make sure any information about you, cross it out. You can,
Right.
when you have your picture, click on edit picture and you'll see where you can use like different colors. So anything you're going to show that might have your name or anything on it, please just make sure it's crossed out before you send it to me, Vito. Just because someone has a phone doesn't mean they are rich. I have free phone because I'm on state medical. Exactly, Angie. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people that have phones. A
Yeah.
lot. And that does not mean that they're not homeless, that they're not disabled, that they don't get it doesn't matter. And that's the thing. Like people try to be investigators and think because Vito's in a chat, he can't be homeless. Because some of his pictures is of his dog on a couch. Uh, just because the dog's on a couch doesn't mean it's his couch. Doesn't mean it's his home. It could be cold that day and a friend willing to have the house for the night or the day or some. You have no idea. I think I'm going to need to listen to some James Taylor today, right? Some people have cell phones without even any plan and just use Wi-Fi that they're able to get for free. Absolutely, Captain Obvious. They can't receive phone calls, they can't give phone calls, but they can steal a hotspot. They can go to the library and get free Wi-Fi and they can sit on the library steps and be able to use their phone. You do not know. So please, if you don't know, and that's horrible that Vito has to do this, but I get it. But I get it because, like people say, either show proof or it's not true or it didn't happen. And it's really sad that Vito has to, you know, do something that is probably embarrassing to him, and he has to show this just to prove that he's not scamming anybody.
And you know
When
what, though? Here's the thing with this community, it doesn't matter what proof you have, you can put all the proof you want. People are going to believe what they want to believe, and they're still going to say, "No, you're lying at somebody else." So, you're
Yep.
damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
But Vito works. He says, I do work.
Yes.
But like most people, I lost a lot of income after COVID. I don't make enough to pay 800 plus in rent. After a serious car accident, I was out of work for 1.7 years. A drunk driver hit me, then COVID. And we all know how expensive for a place to live. I mean, I
Yeah.
know around me, just a one bedroom. They're asking like $1,000 a month with nothing included where I live for a one bedroom. That's and that doesn't even include your heat, your
I do too,
electricity.
run till that. I wish they would make a humble pill,
I agree.
you know?
A humble bill, yes. Also, if anyone has Xfinity and kids on medical or yourself, you can
Yeah.
get Wi-Fi for $9.99 a month. Not setup charge either. Just some info if anyone needs some help. Thank you, Angie. I don't have Xfinity
Wow.
where I live. I only have one place I can use and it's Spectrum. Every we don't have it, but that's really good to know. So anybody that's on Xfinity that might be on disability or welfare or their children or anything, please look into that. Thank you, Angie. Nanya, when you are down in trouble and you need a helping hand and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and I'll be there to brighten up even your darkest days. Aw, Captain
Yeah,
Obvious.
that was my favorite song. That's why I was telling you. When he wrote that song, that was one of my favorites. And then Carole King sang it with him.
Oh, Lisa, that was a nice gesture. Lisa said, Vito, I'm sorry you had and are still going through. I could help you if you was closer to me. Aw.
Mm-hmm.
I pay rent to use the property I encamp on. I might have $28 to $32 left over weekly. In summer was a lot worse because I have to buy water and gas every day. Vito, honey, I'm seriously, you do not have to explain. I
You
don't
don't.
feel like you have
Mm-mm.
to. And that's sad that you even have to give this information to anybody, you know? Because even when I didn't even question it. Like when he said he was homeless, and it's him and his dog, and his dog is beautiful, beautiful. It's
Jason,
just
good
him.
morning.
Good morning, Jason. It's just him and his dog. I didn't even question it. I didn't sit there and go, yeah, right. I bet you he's not. I don't even think like that. I just don't. And that could be a bad thing or a good thing, but I just don't. I give everybody the benefit until you prove not. But I just felt like because I'm in my own situation, I'm kind of like the rest of the people in this community that are struggling. I
Mhm.
wasn't able to help Vito other than to give him a place to put a link to hope that somebody could give him a few extra dollars. That was my contribution. Just like these wish links. Would I love to buy somebody something on these wish links on toys on every single one? I would love to, but I can't because I'm in my own situation. So, how can I help? I can help by sharing the links. That's what I do. I know people have asked me to make a Christmas list, and I won't. The reason why is because my children are older. My children understand. I have a granddaughter and I have three children, a stepson, a son, and a daughter, and they're all adults. So I think children that still believe in Santa and don't understand the value of a dollar are need it more than I do. So I wouldn't, but if I can help, I can because I do know the struggle. The struggle is real out here. Take it from MF. The struggle is real. It really is
Yeah.
because I go through it every day. Yes, grateful enough that I have a husband that busts his ass every day. Yep, I do. But he is the only person working, trying to keep a roof over our heads, all our bills on, and to put food in our mouth, you know? So yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can help in any way, it might not be materials, it might not be money, but you know, I help where I can.
I got it.
You
You
just,
too. I got it. He said it, Vito, Vito, you are a part of the community as much as the next person. Listen to John Moon.
thank you. I do not scam. Somebody was offering a little gift card, Domino's, Subway, never cash. Then after a few months, I saved up $43 and asked that person, can I pay them back for everything? They said no. Oh, Vito.
Yeah. You're a good person.
You
And
are a good
and
person,
and
Vito.
and God sees your
And
struggle
it
and
will
it's
get
not gonna
better.
last long. Right. It's gonna get
It
better.
won't last forever. Something will come along. I know it might not come fast enough, but hopefully something good will come around and
It
you'll be
will.
able to have a place to call your own.
It will.
You're a good person, Vito. Now there's a lot of people who are one paycheck away from being in a situation exactly running to tell that. Absolutely. Well, Vito, you will never be ignored here.
No.
Screw all the other ones. They're not important then. If they want to act like look at you as an invisible and ignored, then they're not worth it. They're not worth your view.
No,
They're not worth your view.
And they'll find
You
out.
come here.
You know what? Karma has a way of showing people and teaching people. So what they did. So don't worry about it. I believe wholeheartedly in karma. What goes around.
I love my chat. There's so many caring people in this chat, and I love having my channel, and I love going live and seeing all you wonderful people in here every day. You guys are just so positive, and you guys get it. You know, you get that people are going through it, and you always have kind words to say. And that's why I love all of you guys, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Because, yeah, I can sit here and talk to myself all day, but what makes my channel is really you guys. You know, yeah, I give you guys the content, but if you're not here to watch the content, then the content means nothing. So really, a lot of people need to realize that we wouldn't have our channels if it wasn't for all of you. This is my first time in this chat, and I get called a troll because of my screen name. So I know the feeling of not being wanted in a chat. It happens on a regular basis. That's sad. Right, and you know, running to tell that, not one person when you came in said, "Are you a troll?" Never. Because it's not about the name for me, and I know it's not about the name for my mods. It's what you say, you know, and you came in talking like everybody else. I mean, they could say Jenna Moon's account. Doesn't mean I am, you know, so and I allow everybody in here. Everybody has an opinion, and as long as you do it respectfully, then that, you know, exactly, that's what I meant, Dad. Yeah, but it's true. Just because your name is that doesn't mean you're a troll. Most of us are just one accident away of losing everything. Exactly, Captain Obvious. And that's why these Christmas lists are so important. This is why I went live yesterday. For what I'm talking about right now is exactly why I went live. Because it wasn't something to joke about. Even if it was your list, it wasn't something to joke about. So with that said, I think I'm going to end it for the day because I have stuff to do, and I can only imagine who's going to go live screaming and hollering about me, but I don't watch her, so I don't really care.
Sorry, I gotta take out the pooch.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just saying my goodbyes. So I thank you guys for all coming in here. I might be going live tonight. I might be going live this weekend. I don't know. I might be going live with a special guest on my panel. I will not tell you anything more other than that, so please watch out for that. I'm waiting to hear when this person is able to come, and when they are, I will be going live, and you are not going to want to miss it. So watch for me going live. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. Try to get away from this YouTube drama. Go out, enjoy your family, fresh air. This drama is toxic. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you could hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Either one would be great because I like them. I like them both. I hope everybody stays healthy, stay happy, and stay you. Vito, we care about you. Please stand your ground. If Fuck them all. Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. They don't bother me. It is what it is. And this will be the last time I speak of it. I don't care if Science Girl wants to clap back. Like I said, my problem is not with her per se. So, but that will be it. Okay, Vito, you can email me. Everybody have a fantastic day. I will talk to you guys all later. Bye.